completely automated gift in the amount of your choosing. And when you sign up, your legacy starts today and
Oh
lasts
boy.
through eternity. Oh, as an
Is
added
it
gift,
time
when you
already?
respond today, you'll also receive my book, Choose Your
Is it
Attitude.
time? You'll also receive my book. Books, books, and more books. Why? Books. You know what happens to me when I decided that I'm not going to deny dots and connections that are staring me in my face. I'm not going to do it. Um, not going to deny connections that are like staring me smack dab in the mug. So when I hear a pastor say something like, "We are born in sin," and then all of a sudden somewhere else it says, you remember those parts where you're reading in, like, I want to say it's in Hebrews, and it's beautiful because it's one of my complaints. One of the things that man has done is a curse by chopping the scripture into slices. But what's amazing is either man had a plan for organizing how to look at them, or I can see something that you guys can't. You know, like I mean, sometimes it just gets so blatantly simple. Like Jesus wrote on the ground twice. What was the situation? What kind of a lawyer are you? Can you investigate? Well, I don't know. I look at it. They were trying to, it says right there, they were trying to they were trying to stone him, to trap him, save somebody's life that's drowning. Okay, a la Noah. What would you do? I'd punch him in the face so that they don't make me drown. Now, he had to hit somebody. He had to defend himself, okay? First off, otherwise he'd be useless. So what do? Hey, Exodus 21:12. Throw that out there on the ground and let him read that. What's he doing there? He's writing something. I don't know, probably his last will and testament. You know, when are you going to make some birds? I don't know. Remember all these stories where he'd make birds out of the dust and mud and whatever? Yeah. Yeah. Um, so, hmm. Anyway, hi. What was I talking about? I can't remember now because I'm so aggravated and I'm wasting my time going backwards and forwards like some kind of a snake or something, right? And when I hear somebody preaching and this person says, "We were born into a world of sin," and then I start poking around in the book and I go, "Well, isn't the Antichrist a man born of sin?" Now, what is that then? It's like there's too many words the way I surmise it. We should just all sit down and go, you know what? Obviously, the word is God, just as John said, because your war that's going on the other side of the planet, this is the foundation stone for it right here. A big brick. And you want to know, John MacArthur said it just right. He said, "You be careful when you put your hand on God. Get a haircut and shave." Um, have you ever taken an oath, or a vow to the Lord? What kind of things did you say? I'll be nice so I can get a new game system for Christmas. No, I said I want to save the world and I'm willing to do anything that it takes. Show me what's wrong in here. I can tell when I look around me, God, that this place is not as you would have it. What are we doing wrong? And then I found out. And then once I found out, I realized that this shithole that you and I were born into, oh yeah, it should have been a kingdom already, my friend. 2,000 years long ago. I'll show you exactly where it got screwed up. It got screwed up in Jesus' teachings. When you start reading this book, if you get prideful, you're going to entitle yourself to things that you don't deserve. Okay? Yeah. You know, the whole everything belongs to God. Well, he'll get his way eventually, won't he? What do they tell us our society is going to be like? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Well, that sounds pretty godly to me. So there's two ways that you're going to get your meal from God. It all comes from the same tree. But you get to pick which kind of fruit you're going to eat, right? But it all winds up the same way. Our heaven, the door for heaven passed through here in 2020. Oddly, we should have seen the thing. You know how Jesus said no male or female in heaven? Wasn't that about the time that people couldn't figure out what they were? I'm not this, I'm nothing. That's kind of like I'm going, wow, this is in an odd way, creepily biblical what's happening here. Everything, all of it. The plagues of Egypt came through. Now we got the locust tearing it all apart. And now it's what? Now we're trying to get out of the desert, and you need a Moses guy to help you. And that's me. I was born for these times. Look at my last name. He even put it in there. And my first name and my middle name, which I didn't even have when I was born. I got it. I got my second name when I began to think like a man. I can tell you exactly how it happened. My middle name, my connecting name, means atonement. And so I got Christ on one side, and I got Moses and Etna, mountain of fire, on the other, with atonement in the middle. I'm here to show you the middle road. The bear with the 3 ribs in its mouth, that's Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. The world is going to get sick of us and our religion, because why? It starts wars. You're going to do it his way, or he'll stomp it down and drive it away. It's crazy, right? I wish you would answer my question. Make sure they're real questions. I'm being attacked here. I got people that don't want me to say the things to you that I'm saying. Do you know that? There's people that show up and their only purpose is to turn off this, break that. And it's just like, man, come on, guys. Grow up already. I'm not doing a bad thing here. Go mess with somebody else. I got nothing to give you. I just posted in my community section, I need an heir to take my home. I don't have any kids. I saw some poor little girl. She's wandering around homeless on Christmas. I'm like, where's this girl's family? I'll be your dad. Come here. I got a house for you. There, your homeless problem is cured. But personally, I'd sell this place and get the freak out of this town, because these people around here suck. and I don't care if they watch it. All right, what's the thing? You keep saying what, Uncle? I love you too. Just scrolled. Oh boy, just scrolled in. That's an authoritative beard. Want to know what you're talking about? Me? Wow. Grand Theft Auto. This is what I'm talking about. Are you happy with the state of the world? Do you think our world is okay? What do you think is wrong? Can you give me your opinion? Where do you think everything went wrong, or what happened? And I'm telling you where and why. And this is at the nuts and bolts of the thing. But I'm not saying that this is a bad book. I'm saying it's like fire. And when you open it up, you can read things that'll just make you prideful, and you won't get the message that Jesus had. Nobody hated Jesus. Nobody. Everybody loved Jesus except who? The leaders. Somehow the leaders have made us hate Jesus. How did that happen? It's because they don't understand what his teachings were. Okay? Do you realize that you are a son of man? Let me explain his teachings to you so you can get this in an instant. You ready? Who's the only one who's seen heaven? The Son of Man. But he says the only one who's in heaven. Well, wait a minute. The only one who's seen heaven is the one who came from heaven. Who's the only one that came from heaven, descended from heaven? The devil. The devil is the son of man. That's why Numbers 23:19, God gives the son of man a punch in the eye in that verse, right? He says, I'll do it. I said I'd do it. And if I said I'd do it, I will do it. I'm not like a son of man. I'm going to change my mind. But see, that's the thing. See, the son of man, as a son of Adam, you've taken to the tree. You understand what good and evil are. You have access to it because the Lord breathed that spirit into you. So you're enabled with all the capability to be good and evil. Everybody is. And that's even if you believe in this book. You don't have to believe in this book for this stuff to work. The problem is the people who understand this book need to know exactly that. I don't have to pressure anybody that's going against what this says. This thing will defend itself against whatever. Okay? And you're like, well, yeah. And so my favorite one is like same-sex people. It's the favorite one to use as an example, because as per that book and that law that's in there, it says you ain't going to have a family and your bloodline's cut off. You're cut off from your family. And that happens, doesn't it? Because you can't have your own kids that way unless somehow they figure out, they start cloning each other or something. But I guess that could happen. And that's fine too. That's their life, right? There's big giant rocks that you can pick up and build something with in there. Or if you don't know how to grab them, you'll reach for them and they turn into sand as soon as you go to pick them up. And one of those verses is, so far as it concerns you, you are to live at peace with all men. Well, that's why somebody who goes by the law should have been eye for eye. It should have been like, oh, you took 300 of our people? They should have stormed in, took 300 of theirs, and then everybody stop and go, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we fighting? People don't realize that war started during a harvest festival. You want to know what the law says about that harvest festival? You're to invite everybody in the whole land. Everybody. Slave free. Go look it up. I don't talk shit. I got big giant balls because of that book, because I understand it better than other people and I appreciate it, what it is. That festival says you're to invite everybody in the land to that festival. And then I heard something about, all right, I'm getting the cool down here. Whew. You're right. You're always right. That festival, okay, as per God's own words, is to bless everybody in the whole land. And I heard somewhere in there that there was a fence and they were trying to break through the fence, or something happened. They broke through some kind of a barrier, literally like a fence. And I went, oh my God, this is sheeps and goats if there ever was, man. It's a family fight over there. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. They're brothers at the core, okay? You're both who's your grandfather? You think he'd be happy? I'm damn positive of it he wouldn't be. And Jesus was definitely our Messiah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he knew what he was teaching. He was a teacher of righteousness. To a Westerner, or I don't know what you think righteousness is, but I know what righteousness is. Righteousness means there's a time for every single thing to happen. Even lie, like Rahab did. Okay? How do you write that down in a law? How do I say, thou shalt not lie unless? Yeah, that's what we do when we make chemicals to give people for their bodies, right? In this tiny little print, it's saying all this stuff. Penal detachment, if you take the... Glad I read that. Don't need any of that. But you'll die. Yeah, but if I don't have that, I won't live. Penal detachment. You know what penal detachment is? It's being freed from prison. Why do you think they call it the penal system? Anyway, I heard a pastor this morning, and he said that he said that we were born in sin. And it's like, yeah, of course we are, because the man of sin. When do you realize that the book of Revelation is not for the whole world? It's for each individual person and their walk to find our God. The door standing open in heaven. The lamb that takes the scroll is you, because you've been told how to do it. You know how to open the scroll now. You are like him. Why are your feet glowing? Because this, my friend, is the lake of fire that he talked about. We're standing in it. We're the fallen. We're the dead. We're the devils. I'll prove it. Do you do what you know how it says you always do what that you see your father doing? Who is it that goes around like a roaring lion in noisy squad cars seeking whom they can catch in their sin? But why? Why are they doing that? Because that's where we're at. This is hell. This is our hell. Congratulations. So see, now what happens is Judaism is satisfied, but Christianity's mad because now hell isn't some place off in the future somewhere, right? I'm not the one who changed time. Okay. I'm not the one who changed time. Everybody, twinkling of the eye, all these things were clues to say, you do what you do immediately. And any deviation, I mean, this is Judaism. Any deviation, separation, division, variance is like, ugh, 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 don't mess with that. God, ugh, nasty, nasty stuff. You know what variance is? It's partiality. Do you know what grace is? Uh-oh. That's because truth, good, and grace, evil, came through Jesus Christ. He put all the cards on the table and picked the narrow path in between and said, there's no enmity between good and evil. Read Isaiah 45:7. The Lord would be a house divided. He'd be against himself because he forms light and creates darkness, makes peace and creates evil. Those things man has a war with. Jesus didn't think that way, and I don't think that way either. To me, the Spirit of the Lord rests upon me. It doesn't mean it flies out of heaven. It means it doesn't, here, this is the Spirit of the Lord. It doesn't turn me into a prick that goes out and beats on my fellow man. Why are you hitting your brother? Why do you think Moses said that? Who's your brother? Everybody. How do you know that? Where did you get your breath of life from? Mine came from the very same place. I'm absolutely wander around, however, and you'll figure it out on your own. I don't need to do anything to you. I'll help you out if you need it. Why should I bother you with your exploring to find? Immediately you're forgiven. Did anybody see it, or did you get away with it? If anybody saw it or it gets repeated, that's when the problem comes into problem. That's when it's a problem. You do sins against yourself, pfft, you don't care. That's you're beating up your own temple. He'll deal with you later for it. But that's the point. Each and every one of us is one of those temples. Not everybody's running on the same gas. Some people, the image is, the proper image is hoisted, but it's like in a dirty mirror. That's what Paul was saying. You can't see what it is that you are because you can't understand that there's actually a purpose and a reason why evil was created. There's a reason why. And the explanation comes in the way of what's called a theodicy. And I can explain that to you if you're a theologian. You want to sit down at the table and break open all your books and start pointing at shit. I'm going to point at stuff too. And then you're going to go, oh my God. And I'm going to say, we fucked ourselves, haven't we, for 2,000 years. I should have been born into a beautiful place, as per book, if people could understand what that says and what Jesus taught. You are a son of man. Now let's bust into some of the things he said. The son always does what he sees his father doing, right? I heard another pastor say that. Just all they're all saying exactly what I'm saying, but not connecting the dots. The one guy says, well, the devil has sons too. And they always do what they see their father doing. So if I judge, if I don't, I can look at somebody by their fruit. That's what Jesus was saying. Take a hands-off approach. That person that's doing what they're doing, their father's the devil. I can tell that by what it is that they do, because the son always does what he sees his father doing. The question is what do your works indicate? Do they see an image or something that represents our God in heaven, or do they see a piece of shit taking advantage of people, scaring them needlessly, maybe spreading false information and lies for thousands of years? Oh yeah. Drunk on the blood of the saints is the church. Because they're everything is being with the empty temples or whatever. That's it. Our churches are emptying out, and they're going to. If you're not teaching the truth, it won't reveal itself. The truth always reveals itself. Lies, you can lie all you want. Lies are a wonderful thing. They're very powerful because they're everything, they're nothing. They don't exist, and they always will. They've never been created, and they just were, but never was. It's like, how do you know how to battle with that? You can't. That's where our God does war. That's called Leviathan. See, everything is split in half. We're Levites. I'm a temple priest. Where's my temple? You're looking at it. This is my altar of earth. Not made by human hands, mind you. Yeah. What video did you? I do turn water into wine. Are you shitting me? All day long. It rains from the sky. It lands. I might take a dump in there myself even. Got to fertilize it. And guess what? Next thing I know, I got grapes. And I take and smash the grapes, and then I get some yeast. You know, that stuff you're not supposed to have. Guess what? It's automagically all on the outside of the grapes. You just smash the grapes and stuff them in a bottle, and you can even use your nasty feet, because if your feet have yeast, you know, cheese between the toes, it'll actually make the wine taste better. They've been doing it for thousands of years. I know you'll never drink wine now, right? Did Judas go to heaven? I don't know where he went. I could be Judas. That could be the spirit that's in me. I'm left at the end like to go play cleanup, because I was the one who liked to calculate and play with numbers and whatever. I don't know. All I know is I can tell you that everybody that was in that story and all the parts of it, they all needed to do their own thing. And it is possible that Judas could actually be a hero. If he didn't report, I mean, here's what's messed up. Look at how what he's doing, but then he tells Judas, go do what you're going to do, right? And so what happens? Well, then the Satan entered him. But isn't Jesus in charge of the evil spirits too? Yeah. See, what people don't understand is when you're supposed to go do something evil, you know how God calls to us? He says, I look for somebody to go and nobody was found. There's always two instances of everything in there. Just like I'm a Levite priest and I say that God rules in chaos, that's because he put a hook in the jaw of Leviathan. Remember when he says, I'll lead you by a hook in the jaw? It means he's going to use your words against his. You're the moon. Here comes his words, and you're going to reflect how closely you're following them. And if the sun gets darkened, how can you reflect anything? You can't. That's a sign of chaos. That sun's been darkening for centuries. We're doing it wrong. I can show you in our book why and how and all of it. It's a double-edged sword. The tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil is the same tree. Go ask your rabbis. Go find them. They'll support me. Everybody counts. To say, my God, why have you forsaken me, is like to say, which brother are you? You know. Um, anyway, let's go into Second Peter. Like I said, I would. I'll try to because this was a. Or was he talking about John? Man, I can't even remember now. I just get lit. It's like I hear him say something, you know, but we can't do it because we were born into sin and whatever. And it's like, that would be horrible for our God to like throw us into a busted up world. Here, it's wrecked. You don't have any hope whatsoever unless you find this one guy or some type of, oh, the only ones, and then you start to explain it off. Well, it takes a lot of faith. He only calls the ones he wants to save. And it's like, wait a minute, he wants to save everybody. So I'm telling you how to what I'm trying to do then is so you try to open your ears so you can hear the call. If you already think you're called, well then fine. You're one or the other. You are called, or you're exactly what Jesus said. Because you say you can see and you really can't, you're already condemned. Because you're spreading lies for thousands of years. Same stuff I got to listen to all the past. I used to love these people. You know how much money I've invested in Christianity? A lot of money. And now you know what happens? I go back to these people in the other direction to say, hey, remember when I helped you out? Thousands and thousands of dollars. Can you look at something? You got a PhD, all right? I can't help it. He made me see it, but I can see it. And I need you to verify it. Rip it to shreds if you want. I can't find any holes in the way I see it. Because there are no holes. It's how you chop the thing in half. On all these weird things that happen in there. Do you realize when Solomon cut the baby in half, do you know what that whole thing was about? It was about good and evil. Does each mother get a piece in good and evil? Sure. Each mother gets a piece. Lady Wisdom, she works both sides of the street. And all of Lady Wisdom's children are vindicated. 700 Club. Thanks, Dad. It's good to have a good relationship with the Father. He'll show up in your life in ways you couldn't even imagine. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve it unless I share it and show other people what it is that I found. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just a man who is trying to tell you the truth that I can hear from God. And it's all around us. Where was I? See, this is hard to like hit a study. I don't study my Bible like this, man. Who's my father? God. Who's my real father? I don't know. I think I know who it is. I don't know who my mother is because my mother might be my sister thanks to my dad. Yeah. The Year of the Dragon. Looks like a sheep, talks like a dragon. Sound familiar? And yes, my father was actually a carpenter and a fisherman and a volunteer fireman. The last eclipse that we had, if you're one of these creepy sky people that you like to watch for signs in the sky, if you go to the X where that eclipse drew jail there as a thief in the night, and I actually had I was assisted by a dark man from Niger help me to that cross. And I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, I got arrested. You want to know what's really funny about the place? It's Metropolis, Illinois, the home of Superman, the man who came with the clouds, who had what? The Tav, X-ray vision. But that guy died of a mortal head wound. My understanding is he actually thought he was Superman. He tried to shoot himself in the head. Man, I ain't going to try to walk on water, fire, fly in the sky, do anything special except show you how sad we ought to be for what we have done. What we have done. I came on a cloud. I bet it fell through. Gentlemen, that's a good song, man. This is a beard. This is saving money. Do you know how many razors I go through when I shave? I'm not kidding you. I need like a new razor every 2 days. This isn't very long. I thought this was growing for a long time, but it wasn't. I took a look and it's not even a year and a half. So imagine nothing and then a year and a half later, looking like, Rip Van Winkle. Well, the next ought to be, so he loaded up his guitars and he moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools. Island. They say California is going to break off and Nevada is going to be beachfront property now. Dude, if it happens yeah, okay, it's moving about a half an inch a year. So go ahead and invest your money. You'll get there eventually, Let's see. Anybody got any good questions? Do you recommend? No, you should do it all day long. What I would do is go get yourself a giant postal rubber band, the real tight ones. Use that. Okay. Don't worry. You'll feel fine. Just put it on there as tight as you can. It'll swell up. Wow. And just let it keep going. And then when you can't stand it anymore, then take the rubber band off. Okay. You'll be fine. Yeah, well, of course the earth is flat. You don't roll away when you're standing on it, do you? What a bunch of turds. 2 Peter. I'll keep plowing forward while the goads are trying to, see, you guys are trying to strike my heel and cause me to stumble. It's a pity. Such a sad thing. Why did they even put this stuff in here? Some of this. Aphia, our sister. Go look up these names and see what these names mean. It's kind of interesting that they mean like leader, king. So this is what's weird. It is not to angels that he has subjected the world to come, about which we are speaking. But there's a place where someone has testified. What is man that you are mindful of him? Right there. So if Jesus came to tell us about what we were missing, what's that? What is man that you are mindful of him? That question is answered. He's very mindful of you. 100% all the time. Even if you're doing evil. What is man that you are mindful of him? The Son of Man, that you care for him. Hello? You are the Son of Man. Right there. What is man that you are mindful of him? The Son of Man, that you care for him. It's not saying two different people. It's the same person. The Son of Man lives inside of us. And that Son chooses which father it will serve. It will either serve God, the Father God, or it will serve the father of lies. It's that simple. And when I see you, I've seen your Father. Just based off of your work. I can tell by your fruit. And then what happens? Well, if your fruit ain't from the same family tree that I need to come from, then I avoid you. I judge you by your fruit. instead of judging another master's servant. I can see that you belong to another master. That's the only judging I should do. If you're part of my own, the relationship changes. Now, I know that you know God, and I got to treat you differently. The other people that don't know God, do you want to know who they are? They're the oppressed. Why? Because they're oppressed by this. They're struggling against this. Can you help them understand it? They're widows. Do you know why they're widows? Because they're not a part of the bride. They don't know the Christ. They don't know the Messiah. They're orphans too. Do you know why they're orphans? Because they don't have a father. They don't know the Father. Works. See? Stop fighting. Come over here with your book so I can give you some peace. Show us all the bad, bad, bad thing that we've done. And I mean, I've only been here for not even 60 years, so I see it. And I ain't going to let it go. I'll keep howling out here in the wilderness until somebody hears me. And if you don't, then I guess the thief in the night will come. And I'm telling you, the thief in the night has already come. Unbeknownst to you, because you think it's foolishness. It's that simple. No flying monkeys out of the sky, nothing. If you tell lies about it and blow it up, puff it up to more than what it is, you're going to suffer for it. Wait. Yes. Wow. We are going to suffer for it. We already have. That's why it says that the dead will rise first. Because the people that have already died will understand what happened there. Everybody wants to pop out of the ground in a magic body. That I can go walking through walls and make flying mountains. That smells of a bit of pride to me, folks. Just saying. Damn. Whew. Temperature just went up in here like 1,000,000 degrees, man. There. Getting thin, guys. Do you know that I have to collect all my hair so I can weigh it? I can weigh it, and then I have to cut it in half, and half of it I have to release into the middle of the city. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the other half. Burn it in my backyard or something. I don't know. But I've been collecting hair for like years. I have a lot of hair. Bags. Like crazy bags of hair. That's the Ezekiel thing. Yeah. ZZ Top, huh? Let's see, how's it going? Well, the air is fine if you've got the time and intend to get yourself in. Gotta get back to work. Boy, that was brutal. Yeah, we are going to suffer more. I am an unclean man amongst unclean people, and I have seen the face. I'm saying this for a reason to you. I am an unclean man amongst unclean people, and I have seen the face of God, and we are doomed. And I'm looking for some angel that will give me a piece of Kingsford charcoal that I can suck on to cauterize my mouth shut, or whatever that means, so that I don't have to feel bad about it. I think what it means is I've marked myself, because I'm one of the ones who sigh and moan and groan for the things that are done in the city. And I'm not talking about a speck of dirt and land on some other. If you don't personalize everything about this, you're not going to get it. I think that's why when people are filled with the Spirit and they bust out with that Jesus complex all the way, you know what I'm saying? Something I don't. Has anybody here? Let's ask this question. Let's get you in here, okay? Come on. Enough of me babbling, right? Has anybody here ever been filled with the Holy Spirit? And I'm talking like, that was a Freudian slip. Yeah, I'm always filled. Did you ever have a moment like that? Like, if you're a person of faith and you started your walk, did you just like come to an epiphany? Wow, God is real. Or did you say a prayer and you felt different, or what? That's fair. See, it was different for me. I started reading this book, right? Well, no, actually, here, I'll show you the little book I was reading. I was reading this book. Wow. That was brutal. I was reading this book. This exact book. All my faith started, or a large pocketbook, like if you're from down south, then you're thinking like it's a purse, but that's what they used to call a purse, your pocketbook. And it's like their little toolbox, right? They got everything in there. And if your face is dirty, don't worry, your mom will spit on her thumb and then wipe it. Mom, stop! Yeah. But this little book was all I had. And I would do things like, I'd say, I'll do it now. I'd say, Lord, I'd ask it a question. And one of the questions would always be answered like exactly as I needed them to be. Like now I know that 2 Corinthians 8:10, I actually opened it up to that verse when I was struggling with what I should do. And I had gone cold for about a year. And I'm going, Lord, what do I want to, I want to serve you, but it's getting me in so much trouble. People don't like what I'm saying. Open it up and it says, in this I give you advice. It is to your advantage to continue be a completion of it. And I'm like, what? Can you imagine opening into that verse? But then it went on to explain. The desire doesn't come from what you don't have. See, people think, where did that desire come from? Did the desire come because I don't already have this thing that I want? Or do I desire it because something in me is calling me to it? Go like this. So the desire comes from what you have, not what you don't have. In the right context, then, when you can understand the resources that our God has given you, that's why you feel like this urge to I should just jump out there and help people and do. It comes from your abundance, but you'll give all the way to your lack when you understand. That's the two sides of it, right? Are you willing to trust God all the way to the threshold where you're bringing in the meal to God. You're coming to serve him, what it is he wants. You're getting ready to go into the temple, and what happens? You hit the threshold, your feet stop. You can't even enter. And what happens? You wind up falling on the floor, and he claims the gold and the silver anyway, even though you're Dagon. He takes your head and your hands, which are a part of that statue. See, people don't realize that that scene where Dagon is down in front of the ark, he's actually worshiping the ark. Go grab a Hebrew scholar, those guys who can read it. It's in books, places. You'll find it. That was an interrupted worship service. Even Dagon knew who his God was, because we serve the God of all gods. And according to Jesus, you are God. By his words, Jesus made you a God, small g, at least a son of God, because he said, if he called them gods to whom the word came, well, John calls him the word, and he came to us. So if he called them gods to whom the word came, what does that make us? Sons of God. We're already like him. We're always wrong. Pride is a great deceiver. You know God in the heart. Not, yeah, see, but look at, that's, and you're right. You're absolutely right, Sunrise. You're absolutely right. But what will somebody tell you? Don't trust your heart. Your heart's evil beyond all understanding. It's like, the problem is we don't understand what evil is. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that needs to be turned, or it's a good thing that ain't turned into a good thing yet. It's like an opportunity even. Remember when Jesus spoke about the disciple that was, they're standing in front of this guy. Why was he born blind? Could he be born blind? Right? He could have been born blind because his parents sinned. That was God's, intention, right? But the thing is Jesus said what? It doesn't matter. He's here so that you can help him. When you see something that's beat up, it's so the works of God can be displayed. What do? Do you do the works of devil and judge him? Or do you go, wow, man, you're beat up. I got to help you. I don't care. Get your ass up. Come on. You're coming to my place. I'm going to take care of you. Look at you. You're a freaking wreck. What the hell you been doing? The hell's the matter with you? Yeah, when you don't sleep, it's like, when is morning? I can't sleep during this time. There's people running around. The president of my country, not his, mine. He's gone off and like kidnapped some other guy from some other country. It's like, oh my, I just can't believe this is happening. It's like, are you guys nuts? Half of me makes me wonder, do they really, maybe these people have more faith than I do. And they really think if they stir up enough shit that Jesus is going to come flying out and help them. I have more faith in aliens at this point, because Jesus said that this nation, these people won't see a sign, this generation, which even in and of itself has nothing to do with a particular period of people, like 20 years or 40 years. A generation to God is a front to back, created it, formed and made it. That's a generation. But they connect back to back, right? In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth is destroyed. That's what it reads. And Isaiah went up and down over that. He's like, look, man, God didn't create the world, this place, so that it was random and chaos. But he does rule it through these two very different forces. And you can even find it in the names like Levite and Leviathan. One is through order, God, right? Temple, right? Or what? Chaos. Chaos is just what our God can manage chaos. It's called Give it to them. They'll figure it out. God only shows doors. You have to open them. And God rides for the just. It's a, well, yeah, but the door that I'm trying to open is behind me. It's like I'm staring off into badness right now and going, get you in motion in the right direction. I don't want to be here. I don't want to reign. I don't want to rule. I'm just bad. I already have. I've been mourning ever since I discovered it. It destroyed me for 2 years to think, wow, we killed our Messiah. And we didn't have to. There was no purpose and reason, cause for it. It's a misunderstanding on how you read it. Are we saved by his blood? Yeah, he gave his life. But as far as him absolving us of any responsibility of what to do and, the law don't count and all this crazy goofus, I mean, that's lawlessness right there. How in the hell can anybody say that? Oh, now there's no law. No, there's a law. And Paul says the law exists even if it doesn't exist. He explains that in Romans 2:12-14. He says, sin is the power of the law. So if you sin, you're under the law. If you don't sin, no law. Simple. But this little book, I don't know. Money? I don't know. Money. Revelation. Revelation. What is that? Oh, wow. This thing just says 14. Well, it opened up and it says, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. See, there's two harvesters here. One's harvesting from above and one below. And another angel came out from the altar who had power over fire. Hi. And he cried with a loud cry to him who had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And this is like going on like right now. It's like, this isn't something you're going to see somewhere else. This is referring to like how God is working inside of you. It's like as high level. I mean, it's almost like you could say it's, and this bothers me because people say that philosophy doesn't count. Philosophy counts. You're still working by the same rules as God. You've just removed God from the picture. It's what Paul was trying to do when he was explaining to the quote unquote philosophers about the unknown God. You know, the God that you say is at the backbone of everything else? Let me tell you what that is. That's all Paul was doing. And they're just like, whoa, I don't know, we're going to talk to you more about this, which is what? He set uncertainty upon them. They were going, what? How can that be the God of all gods? And that's what I'm telling you is our God, the God of all gods, when you think there's plagiarism going on in the past, like with Gilgamesh with a lion cub hanging off his wrist or something like that. No, you're seeing our God use other gods. And that's why they mirror our God, because he's slowly revealing himself. He's coming out of dust and ashes and chaos and forming us and making us into what it is he wants us to be. And he'll do that with destructive force if he has to. But the thing is when he needs that destructive force to do what he wants or what he needs, what he deems he needs to happen, I'm saying it does. We don't need to get beaten. Okay? We don't need to get beat up by our God. But he's fully capable of that. Bad thing, because when he wants somebody to go to do good, nobody can be found. But when he wants to take somebody out or do some evil, like in 2 Kings when Ahab has to die, Sure, there's a fight over it. Who gets to go? I don't know. I'll go. You go. No. And finally, one spirit steps forward, and then the questions start. Those questions aren't because our God knows nothing and is asking, trying to figure things out. He's asking questions because he already knows the answer. And if you lie, then he knows that you're a deceptive spirit. You're not going to be obedient to him. But if you're honest about the stuff, he can use you. And I'm very honest about evil. I understand what it's for. I can explain the theodicy, and I don't have to do it like Leibniz, minions and nomads or gonads or what the fuck these things are that he talked about. You don't need any of that. Just with the Bible. Just with the Bible. And then once you understand that, you'll be able to see where the Gospel of Thomas came from and how it applies and why it's spookily very close. It's right on. They mesh like this when you understand it. It's like backtracking all the things and I found the cornerstone. I don't know what the hell to tell you. I've broken all the seals in the book of Daniel. Phrase it however you want. The guy that you're looking for that understands this book that's going to save you from it, you're staring at him. Pitiful ass me. How's that? What did he hide here, guys? What do we have for him, Johnny? I don't know. I guess it's whatever you see. Whatever you think it is that you see in me. Because that's what Adam did. Whatever he called it, that's what it was. Be careful how you judge people. Because you might call somebody something that they're not. You might devalue somebody that, and I'm self-professed, least of these. I'm a nobody. But my life changed when I read the scriptures and realized that in order for somebody to go for good, nobody would have to be found. Hi, I'm nobody. Oh man, I wonder what they're doing out there. I don't even want to know. Are you serious, Gospel of Thomas? Are you Pauline too? Oh, here we go. I'm saying that they all fit. I'm saying that if you think they don't, then who's dividing what God has created, me or you? You just divided, my friend. It's not as difficult as you would think. Paul knew that law. He was smart enough to understand that anybody is under that law. Sinner, whatever, whoever sins, anybody that is a Jew or Jewish, follows Judaism, you would love Paul if you could understand Romans 2:12-14, because it, in a Calvinistic kind of way, says God's in control, period. What's a misunderstanding is even 2 Peter 3:16 warns about what Paul is teaching, that they're confusing. And I agree. When he says, what I want to do, I don't do, he's not claiming to be a fucking sinner. He's saying, what I want to do, I don't do anything, me or you. It's the Lord that lives and breathes through us that does what he does. Through him we live and move and have our being. What you don't understand is the breath of life that's in me is also in you. And you're the one who causes division, not me. Paul said that what? He said Jesus shouldn't be killed if the leaders of the time had known this. Do you understand that he should not have been killed? Can we agree on that point then, Mr. Pauline? Go follow your Sabbath and all your laws. You don't even know what the Sabbath is. He rested from all he created and made. What was created? Darkness and evil. What was made? Peace. He rested from darkness and evil, and I ain't a person of conflict. You're going to tell me that you deserve something out of this book because it says so from God? I'm going to tell you what I'm missing from you that book says. That book says that you are to be a blessing to me. Right? If I'm not of your brand, the name that you're under, you're to be a blessing to me. Am I correct? Or do I have to bless you first? Sounds funny, doesn't it? You can even hear that in Islam when they talk about it. In Islam, somebody who is in Islam, they'll speak to somebody who's from Judaism, but they won't do it until they're greeted from the other direction. Why is that? It's because even Muhammad understood. Muhammad understood that the idea of treating somebody with respect and that God's working through all things. All things. Is God working through you? Why are you alive then? I don't know. What does your heart tell you? Let your heart guide you. Right? Just do good. Don't do the things that you hate. That's out of the Gospel of Thomas. Don't do the things that you hate. What did Paul say? Paul said, what I do, I don't want to do. No, he said, the things I want to do, I don't do. God works through me to do them. The only things that Paul would claim were the wretched things that he did. Any bad that he might do, that he felt bad about. He said, I'll claim any bad just because. Even if I don't know it's bad, it belongs to me. But any good that comes from me is not from me. Only God does good. He's just using me. What I want to do, I don't do. Backwards. They're so screwed up in the things that he said. If you could understand it, like I said, if you could understand it, I wouldn't be sitting here having a pissing match with you on the freaking internet over a kingdom that I should have been born in. Stuff. Oh, India. Pardon me while I break your laws. Any harm in the matter. I think we should just let it go. It's only a little wine. This is the rule. No single witnesses. You preach nothing, not by everybody has two witnesses. Do you understand what you just said? Listen, here, Stephen, pin and you, buddy. Pin, boom. Listen, this is what you just said. You just earned a spot on the altar. Do you know why? Do you have two witnesses for you at any time? At any time, are there two witnesses for you? Even if you're by yourself? Yes, because you can witness for yourself and your works, just what I was just talking about, your works witnesses to who your Father is. Now, if your witness, I'm good, but you're doing bad and they don't line up, you're not a very good court case, are you? But since the Son always does what he sees his Father doing, I have two witnesses. I have myself as a man, and I have the witness of God who lives through me, causes me to live, move, have my being, producing fruit X. Okay? It's that simple. You can only say it, but have no way of proving it. What do you mean? No way of proving what? That God's controlling me? If you don't believe it, then what you are is you're exactly what Paul talked about. You believe that this is foolishness, but that's okay. I'm going to say that this is what I'm going to warn you about. This foolishness has nuclear capability. This foolishness is tearing up the other side of our planet. This foolishness is not going to go away. Remember, the words don't pass away. But the words that are in here are rules. And if you don't follow these rules, 4-letter word, love. That's it. You don't follow those rules, destruction. Is it up to you to follow God and have a relationship? You don't have to follow God. He's following you. Don't you realize that? When you walk, you're sitting between God like bookends. You can run towards the one that's up here. The other one is going. It's adversity, evil, everything that you want to leave behind you is tearing you up, causing you to go forward. Why? Because it sucks back there. Why do you think you want to plow forward? It's all designed that way. But if you're one of these people that just loves to revel in trouble and problems and you are into that kind of thing, guess what? He doesn't stop you from burning your plow and killing the oxen and having a barbecue. Make sure you import the meat from Texas, by the way. And guess what? Everything's great for you too. You get to ruin your life up until the point where you either evil divided against evil destroys itself and the purpose of allowing you to run free has served itself, or you come to a point where you're like, I shouldn't do this anymore. I'm going to repent. That's Psalm 1. Psalm 1 tells you how to deal with somebody that doesn't know our God. It says, don't stand in the way of sinners. In other words, don't argue with them. Don't fight with them. Don't get in their path if that's where they want to go. Don't even sit in the seat of a mocker and yell things at them. You're going to burn. You're going to hell. Just shut up. Just shut up and keep yourself out of the problem. And God will do his work. And when they're all jacked up and beat up, they'll come running back going, I need God. How many people have shown up at your church that weren't beat up looking for God? Did anybody, did what? Elon Musk just come driving up in his car and, hey man, I can't believe how blessed I am. Some church I got to give gratitude to. No. When do you show up? It's after this. It's regional. That's true. And so then how can you not exist? Okay? The idea that there's something more, let's start there. Everybody believes that. There's something more. But then what happens? We start to view the creation that's around us. We start to draw our conclusions. And in some cases, and even in reverence for this God, we'll deviate a little bit and go, I see something a little different than you do. I'm going to create this denomination because I think it's wrong. In some cases, sometimes people split off and there's nobody following them, like me, because I know what the Son of Man is. You are the Son of Man. I'm a Son of Man. I know that the Lord lives in me, that through him I live and move and have my being. Okay? The scripture, I'll explain my life to you about myself using the scriptures. Will you accept it? That's up to you to decide, isn't it? I don't have a problem here. I love everybody. Everybody. I don't have enemies. I have a problem with not being able to unlove somebody. Do you know how that's like I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. I can't decide. Because when somebody's really, you need to like just chop them off, man, and you can't do it. I can't do it. God put that person in my path for some reason, and it's got to be for good. It has to be for good. I just can't do it. If somebody gave me a pistol and said, you're going to do it or you're going to spray paint the wall, I'd be like, give me the pistol. Ain't doing it. I ain't standing against my God. Okay? You guys are doing it. You don't even realize it. and he's beating the shit out of you. That rod is like going boom, boom. He's playing like whack. God is just having a heyday in the arcade, quarter after quarter. Woohoo! Oh boy, you just don't get it, do you? And he's like, who's next? You want evil? I give you the desires of your heart. It's not temptation if you've asked for it. Oh, Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's like that. Can you imagine that? That's our God on the wild side. Rip you to shreds. There's two lions. If you want to break the teeth on the one that's trying to tear you apart, pay attention. Just pay attention. It'll click. It'll click. It's not that hard. You know, like 20, 21, 19, 21, 22, back to 21, 23, back to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah. You know, this guy has very few friends, and if any. His own family probably have who are my mothers and brothers and sisters. They're the people that do what God says to do. Are you one of them? My family's a bunch of apostates. I was raised by foster family. They're related to me, and I won't even claim them. They're my foster parents, and God named them. You want to know what their last name is? From hate. From hate. But they had their part in all of this too. They'll come to reason. They'll understand someday. I have faith in that. But as far as treating me kindly, well, no. Prophet in your own town, I can attest to that. Your own family thinking you're nuts, I can attest to that. Come to your own and try to show them their own book and they won't receive you, I can attest to that. Faith comes from love, not faith from works. No, your faith proves your works. If you don't have love, you won't have nothing. Okay. Though God prepares your works that may glorify him in your. Stop using that word glorify. Stop polishing up everything and making it all glowy, and just make it like things you just need to do as a decent person. Because then what you will do is you'll prove that God is for everybody. Keep them in your secret place. You don't need to go screaming at them. Do you realize that when you go preaching Jesus, you remember how Paul said not to eat your food in front of other people if it's offensive to them? What was Jesus? He was bread. Do you need to get in somebody's face all Jesus mode? Apparently not. Not unless you want to boast about what you can eat and others can't. Flesh and blood of a man. You better be careful in what you think you know about this book. You don't know shit. And I'm watching it unfold here. Sorry. Because I know I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm a damn pile of dust. The only reason I live and breathe and exist is because God, our God, has decided to put his breath of life in whatever I am. Same as you. Same as you. I'm tired. This is stupid. It's like watching a bunch of kids bicker over whose dad is bigger or something. It's pissing me off. The economy's fucked up. My house is like, yeah, I mean, I might as well give it away to somebody that can actually afford to keep it running. Very cheap to live here because I'm Jewish, man. I don't do interest. I hit, when I come to buy something, I hit you like you can't believe. Matter of fact, here, this is, you want to know what I did one time? I'll show you what kind of guy I am. You ready? The snow's starting to fly. This is a good car. You guys like car stories? You like winter weather, dangerous driving, damsel in distress, mean, stupid ass car salesman? Oh fuck yeah. I schooled this guy big time. You ready? This, if you can cut this video and share it, do this, highlight and do it at this part right here, okay? Because I am. And I'll turn around and bend you over and jam, I'll stuff a printer up your ass, okay? A big one, like a LJ 650 multi-unit, you know? I digress. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Car salesman. You ready? It's a Jeep. You guys like Jeeps? Jeeps are expensive, aren't they? Jeeps are good. Well, I always treat my people good. Matter of fact, I had a company in California where I was making six figures at one time. And I took people who were standing on a street corner that didn't know where their dinner was going to come from. And within a few hours, actually, it took us a couple weeks to get going, but within a couple weeks, well, no, I invested in them. I didn't have the money yet. That's right. I was paying it forward. Immediately, that's right. They wouldn't have been working. I never gave them a raise. See, you just got to do a little thinking, right? Do a thought experiment. I never gave them a raise. I paid them $150 a day, cash money, a husband and a wife. $150 a day in 1992, 91. Was it 92 or 91? I don't know. Anyway, these are people that were standing on a street corner and suddenly have 80 grand at their disposal. Okay. I think big and I move big. I don't have any resources right now. I can't realize my dream because I can't get anybody else to see the problem here. To snow. And my wife, whom I love all my wives. I don't call them ex-wives. Somebody said your ex. I said I never called any of my wives my ex. I don't do that. If they want to go, they go. Divorce, I don't do that. That's your piece of paper. That's your document. Our flesh has been joined. It's one. Sorry. And here comes another one. And here we got 5 or 6 of them now, right? But she drives a Mitsubishi 3000. Okay. She can't handle this car in the snow, right? Me, I want to take it to the damn racetrack. Jump into a Chevy Suburban and take off into the snow. She jumps in a 3000 GT and one little slip of the gas and she's like having too much fun, right? Well, guess what? We go to the Jeep dealer because it's time to get rid of this car. And I leased it. And when I leased it, I didn't want to get upside down on the mileage, so I bought all the extra mileage. But we were careful not to drive it. So when we were turning it in, we had a 3000 GT with a full lease had gone by on it, and I don't even think we had 12,000 miles on it. So it was a lot of money sitting there, right? It was worth some cash. So we go into the Jeep dealer. Pick what you want, honey. I know you've been saying what you want. I already know what you're going for. So she's looking at this Jeep Liberty and she's all happy about this thing, right? White leather, brown leather interior. It's so woman, it's ridiculous, but it's hers. And I'm going to feel good about it because I'm giving my wife a piece of safety equipment as far as I'm concerned, right? I told you to cut this video at this point, and here's the reason why. You want to hear what happened? The guy comes out of them checking on the car, right? And there was a dimple where a kid next door had hit the car with his bicycle. He fell over riding between the houses and he fell into the car and made a dent. Did I get it fixed? No. Did I scratch and dents? Minor stuff doesn't count when you turn in a lease because it's easy to fix. Did I bitch at my neighbor? No, I have to live next to them. You know, kind of like the Palestinians. I don't want to cause trouble with them. Whenever you do that with your neighbors, shit starts to fly. Well, guess what? That's on there, and there was a fog light that was busted. A rock had bounced up and hit it, following somebody too close, right? Guess what? He comes out, and this guy's like trying to lowball me on my GT. And I'm like, excuse me? And he pissed me off. And guess what's going on? He's sitting here. He can tell my wife's already unloaded on him, giving him all this information, right? Oh, I'm afraid to drive the car and it's bad in the snow and whatever. She's already been through it in one winter. She didn't want another one, and I didn't want her to wreck. Okay, I get it, right? She couldn't deal with it. Fine, we got to get you out of it. The snow's flying. It's last minute, but we're going to do it, which is what I'm trying to do, actually. And guess what? He lowballs us on the car. I got so pissed off. You know what I did? I went like this. I said, okay, that's the price. We good? We're good on the price then, right? He goes, yeah. And you know what I did? I pulled out my freaking credit card and I went, boom, on the desk. And he goes, what the hell is that? And I go, well, the sign on your door says that you take my plastic. I'm buying a Jeep. You can't buy a Jeep with a credit card. I guess you don't want to sell a Jeep. Oh, wow, man. I fucked him over, I probably got the guy fired because he had to pay my credit card company the interest, and I earned points on it. And then when I went home, I paid it off cash. That's the kind of guy I am. Don't mess with me because I snap and I come back hard. And you ain't going to like me. You're not going to like the gift that I have if it comes from the other side. I have a gift to give to you. My Father from heaven has sent me to give a gift to you that you don't deserve. You killed his son already. You're not going to do that to me. In fact, you're probably not even going to listen to me. But I have something for you. Don't mess with me. Because I'll go, I got to get out of here. I've had it. I can't take it anymore. And then I'll disappear. And then you'll be going, where is he? And I won't know. Because I won't have phones to look at going, gee, they're looking for me. I don't give a shit. I'll go find the mountains somewhere, a stream to go lay in, catch some fish, drink some water that's actually comes out of the ground that you can drink right out of the ground. Can you imagine that? How wonderful that must be. You know, you can still actually do that in Rome. Yeah, there's an aquifer that runs through and pumps fresh water constantly right out onto the street. You can walk up to these little things and take a drink anytime you want. Now it's funny, you'll see dogs walking up to it and, you know, kind of like as a joke, but there you go. Thus, by my own understanding, I said nothing. See, these are the kind of people I love. Thus, by your own understanding, you seek nothing, for nothing came forth from nothing, and everything was born from nothing. You're nothing unless you can stand upon it, claiming to know it. Exactly. Can you stand on nothing? I can. 0 times 0 equals God. Does that equation bother you? 0, a God that doesn't exist. Can't see him. Even if you did, you'd die. We'll give him a 0 just to be safe. Better keep him in a box. Don't give him too much power. Let's talk about the spirit that he moves through. Well, that spirit forms light, creates darkness, makes peace, creates evil, does everything, all things, all things. Okay? Well, we've got an invisible guy and lots of capability. I'm calling it bullshit until I look over there and see St. Mary's Hospital. Well, the invisible God and spirit that doesn't exist have created a building. And people are marching into this thing like 24 hours a day looking for healing in the name of God. My God, it's incredible, isn't it? Do the works. People piss me off. that war that's going on is affecting you too, Mr. God doesn't exist. When the shit gets real and they start pushing their little buttons, I'm going to tell you how it's going to work. Do you remember what happened in Japan? Those were two witnesses that we never should have seen. Those witnesses should have never appeared because the country that was going to meet those two witnesses was actually trying to surrender before the witnesses appeared. Those witnesses are about to rise again in the streets, and everybody's going to shit their freaking pants, aren't they? And it's going to happen right here. You want to go up in a vapor? Or do you want to call a vapor a lie? I'll show you the lie. If you won't believe the lie, you're going to go up in a vapor. It's taken as if I'm saying that I'm something because I'm something. I'm nothing. But I got to open my mouth. Okay? I'm not going to do any violence, but there's not going to be any deceit in my mouth. I'm not going to blame my activities on some boogeyman devil and then say he made me do it or I'm at battle with him. You're at battle with yourself. Any devil that you're fighting lives in you because the son always does what he sees his father doing. Doesn't mean to make you like your daddy. It's to explain to people that there are two fathers and you serve one or the other. Wake up. Wake up. Smell the wine. Or just wine. Henry's out. Henry! Here he goes. They're battling. That's Henry. Now his protege, his cock really can't doodle very good, but he tries. It's cute. It's like the little, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Godzilla. Remember when Godzilla had his baby? Godzilla was a woman, right? You realize that? Any word that ends in ah is feminine. Torah, feminine. Ruah, spirit, feminine. Ra, evil, feminine. Did you know that Rachel's name? Do you know how to spell Rachel's name? This is insane. Her name is Ra, which means evil, and El. How can somebody not look at that name and go, okay, this person is like a set of bookends if there ever was one. It's like, wow. And what is Jacob? The usurper. You're literally taking a woman that was good and evil, and then from her are going to come the offspring. It's beautiful. It's like the Lord. I form light, I create darkness, I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. I'm sorry, but I'm in love with our God, and I'm sorry that you can't see him, and I'm sorry that you can't appreciate my teachings. You're not going to argue with him because you can argue with them, but you're not going to beat them. You're not going to stand against them. You're going to grab this little phrase and this little verse, and you're going to say, my understanding is my own. No, that's what I'm telling you. It's not my own. My words are not my words coming from somewhere else. If you don't believe what I say, then judge me by my works. Am I trying to bind everybody together? Or am I trying to separate everybody? Exactly. Once you deny God, the devil has won. That's what I'm saying. You can't deny God. There is no devil. If you talk about a devil, you are doing exactly what Paul said. Don't have this doctrine of demons and devils. You want to know why Paul said that? For all you people that are in Judaism and don't like what Paul said? Because the Jews believe that the devil is our friend. He works for God. That's why he shows up in the middle of a meeting. How does God sit there and say, "Hey, where you been? Did you stop at Tim Hortons? They got great peanut sticks. Did you bring some of those?" "No, I've been down in the earth going back and forth." Are you kidding me? He shows up at a meeting and God's just like, "How's it going?" "Yeah, all right." Talk about God, I don't know. How did that meeting go? It's different when you can understand from a Jewish perspective. And Jesus was Jewish, guys. Okay? Paul's like, if what Paul should accomplish could be accomplished, every cocksucker out there would be grabbing the hem of a Jew to follow them to worship their God, because Paul had it straight. He's as close to Gamaliel as you're going to get because he sees both sides. Paul sees how evil can be used for good. The goads are the evil that's behind you. The whole striking the foot, it's not somebody else striking your foot. It's you striking your own foot with your pride, your own knowledge. Your own goads are driving you forward. And what happens? You strike your own foot and you crush and mark your own head, whom is supposed to be God. You're marked one way or the other, my friend. You either serve God or you serve the father of lies. There are only two masters. You have no other choice, none. Nothing. And the beauty is that our Lord is in charge of both of that, all of it, everything. Well, how can it be? I guess that's the mystery. If you don't believe that evil can be used for good, I don't know. Then why did he create it? It can be used for good. You're just not supposed to let that thing out of the box. And it don't go away unless we close the box. If we don't close the box, we've opened the leaden box and given that woman a place to live. Go look in the mirror. It's in you. It's in you. Your question is your answer. That's about it. By claiming to know something. Why doesn't Chris believe that Jesus walked and rose? Why do you say that? I didn't say that he didn't walk and rise. I'm going to do the same thing. What does it mean to rise from the dead to you? Is it about your physical body? Or is it more of a statement from our Lord to say, even though you live, you'll still die? No, he said, even though you die, you'll still live. If you translate in Genesis the way it should be translated, it says, and dying, you will die. It's not an ultimatum like you take it and then you will die. No, it's like, if you mess with this, it's going to cause you to die a little bit. You just grind your cocaine monkey or something, I guess, right? You're not learning that evil is not a good thing to dabble with, but you want to do it and you're gonna. And it's okay because he loves you too. It's what it was created for, each of us. If you really love each other, stop each other from doing evil and start calling on the name of God. Rising from the dead is rising from badness. To learn to live being born on sin. To learn your lesson from God eating garbage. Cooking your food with dung. Did you ever wonder about that? Why he told Ezekiel to cook his food with shit? Hard to understand. And they're sitting on us like a big giant brick, holding us down. And you guys can't see it, and I got your answer, and I'm just so freaking flabbergasted, frustrated right now. My phone should be ringing off the hook. There should be people kicking in my fucking door going, You know it. We see it. We understand it. You know what? I know what's going to happen. I'm going to die. I'm going to die and leave you guys. And I won't get to be here to see the kingdom. It's going to be another Moses event, I feel. Can our kingdom be built in one day, in an hour? Sure. You want to know how that happens? How long does it take you to decide not to walk in that path, or do you want to take a rocky, rough path? Both paths will get you to God. Thieves and robbers find the path too. Everybody. That was the point of the cross. Everybody's going to see the kingdom. If you think that the other person on the other side wasn't going to see the kingdom, then you don't know what you're talking about. And I'll explain it. Do you want to know why Jesus didn't say anything to the left hand know what the right hand was doing? Can you imagine how much trouble it would be when you tell everybody that everybody is saved? That you don't have to fear God? Can you imagine what our world would turn into? That even if you sin, God still counts? That's what Paul was dealing with. Sinning more that grace would abound. You don't understand what the hell grace is. Grace is evil that is used for good. Grace is partiality. The God I serve doesn't deal in partiality. He deals in absolutes. I know somebody just didn't like that I said that. Grace is evil used for good. It is. But the truth came, the fact of the law, and grace came through Jesus Christ. Evil used for good, literally allowing himself to be a human sacrifice that his teachings could get to us and we could understand and know our God, K-N-O-W, produce his fruit. Dark is the absence of light. Nothing is dark. Read Psalm 139:12. Nothing is dark. And the other verse from Paul is that anything that is exposed in the light is light, which is just to say there is no darkness and there is no dark. Where does the darkness run to hide from God? The darkness flees. Where are you going? Hi, I see you. Tromping around in the cool of the day. You people are ridiculous. He wrote it. Maybe that's how he's enacting his revenge on us. But it's like we're fighting a garden with it inside ourselves. Or we just continue on in the way we have. We're wearing the place out, just like Jesus said. We're just wearing it out. How do you wear something out? You put it underneath a beast that stomps it. Boom, boom, boom. He sits there stomping it. Nothing left. Why does that beast have 4 wings? Because they're... Time for timer. Don't know what to tell you. Eventually, I'm just going to say the hell with it. And I'm going to do like you guys. I'm going to wait for God. I've done my work. I'll just wait and you can see what happens. And you got to remember, I warned you about the pandemic before it happened. I warned you about the war in Israel before it happened. I'm trying to warn you about a nuclear war before it happens. Please take me to your president, your religious leaders, so I can explain their book to them, how our God has pickled us into a little problem here. I want to make wine, not sushi. Although sake would be good, for Christ, sake. Geniuses don't care about feelings. Exactly. I don't care about feelings. I don't let them affect me. I know that if goodness is what counts, the feelings will come. after the goodness is given, right? It's not the other way around. You don't create something. You have to, creating's bad. You have to make what you have. You got to work with what you have. If you don't work with what you have, you're saying God hasn't given you everything that you need. You realize that? Has God given you everything that you need to achieve world peace? If you say no, then it'll never be. And don't say Jesus unless you're saying he's living in you. Because otherwise, he's not here. His teachings are so messed up, man. 3 ribs in the mouth of the bear. The very hairy man. Want to see some of the hair I gotta weigh and get rid of? Here. I just have it laying around in piles, man. It's everywhere. Here. See, here's some. Some of it is conveniently packaged up already. How many grams is this one? 8 grams. This job sucks. Nobody's going to believe me. Nobody's going to believe God. Oh, well. Here, Lord, let's tell him something good. Here, this is what your future holds. Ready? Let's see. And when the angel who had spoke to him had departed, Cornelius called 2 of his household servants and a devout soldier from among those who waited, asking you will receive. I'm not for you or your enemies. And don't fear me. It's a very stupid thing to do. I'm a man, just like you. For the most part. I just realize what lives in me, and I'm trying to show it to you. Red pill. Blue pill. I think it's break time. What? No, fingernails and toenails we're not told to save in scripture. Only the hair. Smart fuck. Can I do that? I'm a prophet and I'm flipping you off. And if you fight against me, then I pray for death on your family, that you could learn your lesson, that all your sons would die, and that you would have nothing to populate this place with. If you're bad. If you're not, hang around a while. We'll use you for something. Do you know that the wicked are reserved for the day of judgment? Day of Judgment's been going on since the Garden of Eden. How long have the wicked been here? Is it wicked to kill your own brother? I don't know. You're killing me. Keep crowing, Henry. Keep going. Walk around, walk around, walk around. We take a little walk, we take a walk through town. Burn it up, burn it down, gonna take out the town. Gonna call that lawyer on the phone. He's a motherfucker, won't leave them alone. Drive them crazy, say what did you do? Hey, no, don't you know you're screwed? You shouldn't have messed with that dude. You shouldn't have messed with that man, because he has a book, and there's things that he knows, and there's things that he understands. And you're gonna all fry you are. Woo-hoo! Pauline. How I spell you? Pauline, too. Hey, your little dog. What do you think, Father? Are they going to make it? I don't think so either. That's not what the grade is. Woo! Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Phew. All right. Hmm. Is there anybody else out there that's really old? Anybody? Is there anybody out there that's old and crusty? You want to know how old I am? I don't know. I run into them psychic people that tell you what your past lives are, and I run into them all over the place in New York and in Illinois and in California and everywhere, and they all say the same thing. How come you keep coming back here? How come you keep coming back here? When you were Leonardo da Vinci, you were this person, and they're claiming all these wild ass people out of the history, and it's like, yeah, whatever, get the fuck away, I don't buy that shit. and then it happened. I started meeting ones that weren't building me up, but were doing other things around me. Like, can you imagine walking up to a lady? Now here you are, you're 5 years into your ministry, you're trying to save a world from itself. They don't care, they don't get it, but you're still pouring yourself out, you're trying to do what you do. And I'm like backtracking my life, trying to go, did I leave some stone, trying to find out what did I miss? I know you give me everything I need. What am I missing? And I know that what I need now is you. This is what I need, is you. But I'm searching through my whole life around here trying to figure out what have I missed? And what happens? I wind up, there was a guy that I prayed for. He lives on the other side of, not really the other side of town. Is he on the other side of the creek? He is on the other side of the creek, isn't he? Okay, so I know a man that lives on the other side of the creek, on the other side of the river. Araugus Creek. His name is Gene. And when I met him, and a lot of people, my mother-in-law was on her deathbed when I met my wife. I could hear it in her voice when we were talking on the phone. We hadn't known each other for probably 40 days. And I said, what's going on? She says, it's my mom. They don't think she's going to make it. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what's wrong? And she goes, well, she's got diabetes. I'm like, oh, people don't die from diabetes. And she goes, well, she's had it for 30 years. And she said, will you pray for her? I said, yeah, we're praying right now. And I don't know what prayer I said. I can't remember it. But she was healed, completely healed of an incurable disease. At that hour, we found out about it the next day. Her blood sugars went down to normal levels, and then they went too low. So then I could tell you the whole thing. So her blood sugars went down to normal levels, and then all of a sudden they went too low. So then they're like, pull all her medication from her to say, okay, no more of this, no spikes, no nothing. Just get her off of everything. Her blood sugar's too low now. It's got to come back. And guess what? Her blood sugar came back to her for 4 days, beating the shit out of her, going. And you don't want to know what they said. They released her saying, we don't know what happened here, but it's almost like your diabetes has been cured, but you'll be back. And that was bullshit, because she lived another 10 years. You want to know what the 10th year anniversary was for her death? 10/7/2023. I dreamt of the war and her the very same night and that morning, and then all hell broke loose. You can say it's evil spirits. I say that it's spiritual, and it depends on what you use it for. Do you use it to honor God? What's the difference between a prophet and a medium? Nothing. The difference is who they serve. A prophet serves God. A medium, they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do. Make money, help you, whatever. They don't have a purpose except to mislead you, I guess, right? But I ran into another one of these quote unquote mediums after 5 years of grinding, trying to beg people to hear what I have found so I can get this off of my plate and into the hands of professionals so they can populate what I have found, and we can all realize what damage we have done in the name of God, okay, to his creation. I can't even say ours. I'd say our creation, because evil is what's created, but it's not what he would do. It's like after 5 years of that, okay, I walk up to this guy's house wondering where he is, what's happened to him. You want to know what I found out? Well, he's cured too. He didn't die. He now lives over in some later after I finally got to talk to the lady. But you want to know what the meeting, how it occurred? I pulled up to the house wanting to go, hey, where's Gene? I didn't even get to say anything. I pulled up and the lady turns around and she comes flying in my face and she goes, it's you, it's you. And I'm like, holy crap. No, it's not me. I don't know who in the hell you're talking about, lady. I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm going to be in trouble now because how many times? And it's like, how ridiculously different can you look? And people are saying it was him. Well, then you're lying if it was anybody who looked like me, because there ain't nobody around here who looks like me. You're either telling a lie or it's the truth. And she got in my face, it's you. And I'm like, whoa. And then she goes, shut up, just shut up, or you're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, lady, I ain't saying nothing. I just want to drive away from you and get the hell away from here because this is uncomfortable. And she goes, I see angels around people. I see their auras. I see their angels. And she goes, but you have the child. You have to help these people. And I'm like, what do you think I'm trying to do? I can't if they won't help themselves. It's like they're dead. They're waiting for their God to fly. If you can't reason it to that level, then all else is foolishness and just go on your merry way. Your God ain't coming here in the way that you think. Not in this place. Now, if you make it nice where he can come, then maybe he will. But if you won't build it, he ain't going to come. You got to build it in his name, not your own. Remember, Jesus said all things are possible with God. What did the Lord say? Well, if man continues in the way that he is, nothing will be impossible for him. Well, which way is it? Do we get the impossible or can't we? You have to decide. And that's the narrow path. It's where you're sitting in the middle and you realize that our God is a jealous God. And he's so jealous that he's instilled it in you that you can't even do work for him because it ain't good enough. Your offerings are filthy rags. Let me tell you what he does with rags. Nice shades. The only reason I kept these, you want to know why I have these? I read the minds of 3 EMTs with these were hanging out of my pocket, like in my breast pocket. I didn't do the stick them on the back of the head thing like some people do, where they're like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, that kind of thing. I don't even know what that looked like. Hopefully it looked kind of funny, but define intellect. Intellect to me has nothing to do with facts and figures. It isn't like I know the speed of light and all that. No. Intellect is your ability to approach any situation, and leave that situation having created or encountered or whatever peace at the end of it. That's what intellect is. Okay? That's somebody that you're not just smart for yourself. You have to be smart for other people because everybody counts, right? If I don't include you in my process, what have I done? I've created an adversary because it's always for or against. So if I don't include you in what I think should be, then what am I? Not very good, obviously. You don't have the intellect to know what intellect is. Who is this guy? Jimmy Dean Sausage? Where are you from, Jimmy? I know somebody else named Jimmy. I thought he was a friend of mine. I'm not going to say he's not, but he's confused at the moment. And I prayed for our God to send me somebody to help. And you want to know what? 8 hours later, somebody that I hadn't heard from in over 25 years was blowing up my Facebook asking me, "Are you Chris Masante from HMH 462? Yeah. Why? What's the big deal? It's 3 o'clock in the morning when you sent this message. Because God is telling me to find somebody from the squadron, and you are the only one that I can find." Sounds like the beginnings of a great relationship. He doesn't appreciate that God has shown me because of I'm more humble than he is. I can say that because I don't reject him as a brother, but he rejects me, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like, he's confused like I was about this book, a book that is God, and that's going to get us, and has been for 2,000 years. It's sad because, like I said, at this point I realize that I should have been born into a wonderful place, same as you. We shouldn't be having these conversations. Do you know that part of prophecy where it says, neighbor will not teach neighbor because all will know the Lord? That's going on right now. It depends on what you understand that word K-N-O-W to mean. When a man knows a woman, what does that mean? Does it mean I thought of her? I thought of her and she got pregnant. Do you know what that did to me when I was a little kid? I can't, no. If I know you, you'll get pregnant. What? Really? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Hi, Henry. I love my neighbors. They got the illegal chickens. But they need eggs or something, so what do I care, right? My only concern is I hear that the rodents will come because of the feed that they put down. So as long as I don't get any problems on my side, I'm all right. I already got a damn groundhog that likes to dig up everywhere. Boy, this corksucker's straight out of freaking, Caddyshack, man. I'm not shitting. Getting a groundhog, and they would love it. They would, yeah. They would cocaine monkey themselves, so to speak. They like a certain kind of candy that will kill them. But can I do that? No. That's a little animal. God put its breath of life in it. I don't harm that thing. I just chase it off, get rid of it, pray, God, please get it out of here. You don't just go killing things and spilling blood. That's bad. That's way, way bad. Wow. Really? I feel bad if I swatted a fly or a bug. It's moving. How is that happening? God's doing that somehow. You can, and then I write it off. You can rule over the creepy things, and I just go, I'm sorry, kill it and get it over with, because I know I'm not going to let it live. Pray for half a brain. I have two halves. See, yours is made into one. See, that's why you see a war between good and evil, because you have them connected instead of separated. Jimmy, it's like this. Isaiah 45:7 in the King James says, I form light and I create darkness. Do all these things. When you can reconcile that verse, you and I will be in half. You've pitted our Lord against himself, a house divided against itself. Who created the evil that he's fighting? You know what this is? I feel like Morpheus, and I'm going, stop trying to hit me and hit me. It's like, you don't have to graduate high school to get on YouTube and preach the holier than thou self-righteous sanctimonious bullshit. The sad thing is you're just regurgitating what was spoon-fed to you. I wasn't spoon-fed. You want to know how I was spoon-fed? I was Catholic. I was raised Catholic. So it was like this. Here. Yeah, I was raised Catholic, so don't talk about spoon fed. There is no spoon. Oh, I'm made for this purpose. I'm not angry about that. Those people are going to suffer their own consequences at the hand of my God. I don't take revenge, but I have a long list of people that have died mysteriously, that have screwed with me, eaten by sharks, heart attacks at 24. Who the hell has a heart attack at 24 years old? Chris was in very good condition, except for he had slept with my wife, and that wasn't a good thing to do. Oh no, I'm all set up for all of this. I've been beaten, pissed on, shit on, robbed, bent, folded, spindled, mutilated. And I don't blame our God. But I do blame the Lord for everything. That's why I'm blameless. Because he does all things. He just uses us to do it. Here's to you. Pardon me. Paul was gay. The apostles used to run trains on him. Oh, see, now this is the guy who was saying that I'm not godly, right? This is the guy who was saying I'm not godly. Now he's going to make fun of what, love between men? It is what it is. At least they love each other and they don't hurt each other. Well, any more than they want to, I suppose. That's okay. Some are eunuchs and some were made that way. You'll have no offspring. The tree withers away and dies, even though there's abundant water. Yeah. I never said you're not godly. I said you're an idiot. That's even worse. Do you know when you judge somebody, you judge yourself? So that whole thing where kids say what you say bounces off me and sticks on you, you're calling somebody with an IQ of 178 an idiot. Somebody who can maybe save you and your pitiful world from their own book. A God that is angry and is real. Is real. What? Haven't you read the book of Job, idiot? You should try out the sword. Be a servant. Do what the Lord wants. You'll eat of the good of the land. I promise you. But you are that land. Is it okay to drink beer? Sure. Why not? Just don't get stupid, right? That's what it's all about. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Slayer. I can't wait to shave it off. I'll send it to you. Your IQ might be 78. I'll tell you what. How much would you wager on the truth in what I said? I will bet you anything that you want. Can I military documentation that says my IQ is 78? Infant. How do you feel now? Do you want to know what was on the table when I was asked to reenlist? $50,000 and my choice of duty stations. I don't lie. And you want to know what I did? I laughed. I laughed. They were pretty pissed off about that. But you Marine Corps people and you gun-toting people and you hate people like you, Jimmy, your time is over. Your time is over. You're going to go up in a vapor, Jimmy, because it's all a lie. You think you're in control, but you're not. You're stuck in the middle, pal. Stuck in the middle. There's a war going on because of a book and a God that you don't believe in. I pity you. You're deluded. Seek reality, my friend. Because what is real? I don't know. They're causing you to move, aren't they? Look at you. Come on, Jimmy. What do you got? Hey guys, let's all pray for Jimmy. Let's say boo-hoo. Let's all cry for Jimmy. Can people post sad faces in here? We're sorry, Jimmy. Oh. Cry with those who need to be cried for, right? It's sad. I ain't in here causing no trouble with anybody. I'm saying you can believe whatever it is that you want to believe, and you're still going to know the God that I know. But it depends on what you believe or understand that word know, K-N-O-W, to mean. To our God, to know this is the place of the skull, okay? You're going to die if this is where your God is, up here. Your God is in your belly and in your loins even. Okay? We'll all meet our Creator one day. That we will. Can we stop there then? Hey, we found a common brick. I agree with you 100%. We will all meet our Creator one day. Do you want to know what Job was saying when he said, I will see my Redeemer in my flesh? He's talking about inside of himself. Is there a spirit that lives in you that gives you life, where you live and move and have your being? That's what the Son of Man is. Anybody that is alive has the Son of Man in them. The breath of life, the Lord's Spirit, whatever that thing is. From there, then you venture out from yourself and you serve and you define who your Father is and who your family is and everything else. Anyway, 40 days in a whale's belly. That is all symbolic. That whole story of Jonah, guys, please don't think that there necessarily had to be all these great things going on that was happening, okay? But although you can live inside the belly of a whale, it's actually happened to somebody. It's happened more than once. It's documented, which is kind of cool. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we argue about, it's all, if you want to be logical about it and back up and be fair, it's hard to say this and it doesn't almost feel right, but take God out of the picture as an adversary, okay? Just remove adversary and look at the facts, okay? And you'll start to see things like, do you know what the ark was made of? It was made of gopher wood trees. And you know what I found out from a friend of mine? Gopher wood only grows in one place in the whole world. And it's actually from where my dad was from and lived and died. Florida. And the only place gopher wood. How is it that we think that, how is it winds up in Africa? Well, if you take all the continents and you smooth them together, what do you find? They're up against each other. And wherever that thing split is where the gopher wood was. That should be a hint to us. Because the ark that was made of gopher wood moved from the east to the west. Over an expanse of water even. Can you see it? You want to just keep fighting over it? I'd rather worship a cow. Actually, if you do, then you do worship a cow. It's the same thing. And stop saying that name. Stop saying it's a bad term. It's not a kind thing to say. It's kind of like calling cannabis marijuana. Same thing. It's a slang term. It's derogatory, right? It's okay for people to say they smoke marijuana, but if you call it marijuana, it's bad and we don't like it. It's kind of like that N word, right? Jewish. Say Jewish people, Jewish Israel. Don't use that flippantly like that, okay? It's a bad thing to say. It offends people. If you know it offends people, and I'm telling you it offends people, then don't do it. Thank you. You've been advised. Jimmy sounds like a professional rage baiter. He's master of the tech. Yeah, well, they call it gaslighting or something, right? And it's okay. It's he's see here. Look at. Can I teach you something? If take this away from all the time I'm stay, and they're both in heaven. They were born, and they were buried on their birthday. Okay, born and died. Came into this world and left this world on their birthday. So understand this about people that are upset and troublesome, right? If somebody is angry, do you know why they're angry? Oddly, it's because when I'm weak, then I'm strong. Let me explain. The person is angry because somebody hurt them. Somebody hurt them in their weak spot. And so now they're lashing out, like either in protective mode, and in some case, depending on the level of the hurt, that's the level of the anger that comes out. So when you're doing that, just try to realize that and go, this person is angry because they don't understand. That's all. That's what is the problem with this person. He doesn't understand what I'm talking about because he doesn't want to understand. If his spirit wanted to hear it, it would. Much the same as your spirit can hear that I'm talking good. I'm not saying anything bad, not even about him. It doesn't work that way. Jesus was trying to show us that the things that the people did in this world, thinking of this law and things to do with God, were so messed up that we were like killing each other in the name of God. Do you realize that? And we're still doing it. When he caught the woman in adultery, and even that, the woman in adultery, that was added in after the fact to the scriptures. Why? Why would they add in that? Because they knew it was important. People that want to say there's contradictions, they're not the same, they didn't write those. Who wrote them? We don't know who wrote them. You're looking for a reason to have arguments and conflict over it. Look at the things that God has laid before us and find a way to make them go towards peace. Right? Everything isn't about starting a war on everything. I just had an eclipse. We got an eclipse. It's an eclipse. That one just hit 9. It's an eclipse. This is good. This is very good, or it's very bad. Oh, please, please, please be a good number. Please, please, please. Please, 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 please. Oh, he's gonna, yes. 11. Oh, man. 11. What's that one? Huh. Look at that one. 604. And what's this one? My little girls, 226. Interesting. Very interesting. Guys, I'm in a lot of trouble here. I just want you to know. Oh, boy. I'm freezing. I want some heat. What the hell does this thing say? 58 degrees. Okay, it's going to kick on in a second. I just got to wait. Oh, man. You can really feel it before it's ready to go, right? That's pretty much how it works, like across the board there. Jesus is a way, truth, and life. Is Jesus. You ready? Right here. This is the Word. It is the way, it has the truth, and it does have life inside of it. If you want to make this flesh, eat the scroll. Manifest the Word. Be the Word. Do the Word. The most important verse in all of Scripture was said by Jesus' mom, by a woman. John 2:5. It's like 2:5 is like 1/4 of something. God even. Let me show you something. Watch this. Oh, and right at the top of the page, Hebrews 2:5. Watch what happens with John 2:5. John 2:5 says what? Do everything he tells you, which is like just saying, listen to God, right? Listen to what the Messiah is telling you. Listen to the angel that I'm sending before you. Listen to those messengers, right? Let's see what Hebrews 2:5 says. It is not angel speaking. Let's go find another 2:5. Let's go Psalm 2:5. Never tried that before. I can't get there. It's like keeps bouncing over it. Oh, right there. Psalm 2:5. Then he rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath. Remember, listen to God is the topic, right? Samuel 2:5. Those who were full hire themselves out for food, but those who were hungry hunger no more. She who was barren has borne how many? 7 children. I don't think some woman just pops out 7 kids. This is a spiritual thing it's referring to here. And you know what? Want to know what's funny? I found a bookmark that flipped open to that verse. And there's a leaf in there. I wonder what's underneath the leaf. So like if I was to look at the leaf and look at the verse that's right under here, I wonder what it says. I didn't intend this. You ready? Could be for me. Do not keep talking so proudly. Or what's the word? And by him deeds are weighed. What does it mean when our Lord God knows? It means he produces the fruit, because he produces all of north that gives the Lord scales. You got to pick which horse you're going to ride. Are you on a white horse? Are you on a dappled horse? Are you on a black horse with scales that gives the Lord comfort because you got scales on your eyes? You can weigh things. If those scales cause you to judge your own brother, then you need to have them scales fall from your eyes and you need to stop kicking the goads. You need to have love for your brother. Even me. That's a hard one, huh? Whew. Wow. The video keeps freezing. I know that's because the hackers are beating me up. I apologize. Why don't you contact YouTube for me? See, because when I try to contact YouTube to let them know, here's what happens. Suddenly I have to enter my passwords and stuff just to talk to YouTube. It's a support channel, guy. You should know who I am. I don't need to type passwords. I don't need to type anything sensitive. Go let YouTube know that my channel is being hacked on by little bastards that are in my phone that have taken advantage of Samsung. And they're good, man. They can fly around through everything because Samsung is in a lot of devices. I don't know if you realize it. Okay? How would you like to go down and find out that your, washing machine started going by itself because somebody came across the internet and decided to start doing your laundry for you? It could be pretty haunting, right? You could be like, ooh, evil spirits. And that's what somebody coming across wireless or the internet really is. They can be an evil spirit because you can't see them. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what they're doing. It's evil. All hackers will suffer death if I ever am in charge of the earth. You will either work for me to save others from hackers or you will be put to rest. Look like any of it, but you're there. Same as the breath of life that's in me. And by my God that lives, you're going down. You're going down. Even if the whole place has to be nuked so that you're not here. And you'll probably cause it because you'll break some grid somewhere or screw with something that'll piss somebody off. That's what I like about evil. It always accomplishes its task because you can't persevere unless you have the Spirit of God. If you don't have the Spirit of God in you, then all evil does, it chews on you left and right. It's like, oh, and you just can't take it. And your heart gets hardened, and then you can't serve God because your heart's hardened. Your sons that die doesn't refer to offspring. It's not children. It's referring to your deeds, your fruit. The deeds that you do will not last. They'll not live, persevere. If they're done for God, you know that woman that they tell in the Revelation? If your deeds are for God, that woman gives birth to that child and God takes it forever into heaven because it's a good deed and it will live and last forever because it was done with his hands as if he did it in the name of the Lord, right? What happens on the other side? Exactly the opposite. I don't know. Hey, mate, how many times has this? Never. I didn't have a beard when I was 8 years old when I grew up Catholic. How about you? Anybody ever spunked in your beard, mate? I laugh at you because you're pitiful. You think you can upset me. See, I look at it like this. You know when somebody says, you make me mad? I'm already made. Do you know what it's like to meet a made man? Give me a few bags of concrete. I'll explain it to you. And the water's getting deep, my friend. I still love you because even you serve your purpose. Do you realize that the wicked are reserved for the day of judgment? So if you're wicked, that's why it's the day of judgment. The wicked are reserved for the day of judgment. In other words, the wicked are the ones who bring the judgment. So if people weren't wicked, there would be no judgment. But remember how Jesus said, because it's wicked to judge, but then because you judge, then you're judged. And it's like a damn circle that just, you can't defeat it. Nobody can conquer the beast. It's a machine. It's the word of God that can't be broken. The 10 Commandments can't be broken. Wait, I don't honor my father and mother. Oh, yes, you do. Because your father is either Father God or the devil. And you're going to serve one of those masters, aren't you? The son always does what he sees his father doing. That's the question. Who is your daddy? My daddy is God. Yours? To be determined. Do we have the same dad? Then we're on the same team. If not, you'll be fine. Blah, blah, blah. Have a good time. Which God? That's a good question. Which God? Do you know, according to Jesus, that you are a God? How can there only be one God if he serves the God of gods? Okay, so then where do all the gods come in? You are a God because his breath of life is in you. His spirit was given to you, to the bag of dirt that you are. And now you're alive because of his spirit. Congratulations, you're a God, a son of God, but you're still a God. Aspire to do good things. Aspire to show your Father, because you will. No matter what you do, they're going to see your Father, even if it's bad. He's a father too. See, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to try and turn the hearts of the children so that they know the fathers. Then you'll know that you belong to this father or that father. See? And then because there's two teams and you can't judge another master's servant, you're going against Jesus by judging another master's servant. Even if that servant is bad, you can't judge it. You better love your enemy and feed him and pray for him and do all that stuff. Jesus said, just like mommy said, do everything he tells you. That's a very short verse. Take it to heart. You are the Father. You are the Father. All right. Less interaction. You YouTube creators, if you have people that show up in your, okay, 716-229-1343. All right. If you're with the FBI, same number, 716-229-1343. Paul, if it's you, don't mind the Christian thing where I'm saying shalom, shalom. I know your thing with Christians. Just leave me a message, Mr. Verart, and I will call you back. And I can show you what I've discovered so far about our friends on the wire. pity. Was that 12? I don't know. One for good luck. 13.
Now he leans upon his staff and he limps as he comes back into the family. What the world's going on with you? Where do we get a limp all of a sudden? Jacob told him? I don't know, but I don't think so. Because Jacob is circuitous all the time. He confirms very little. He says very little.
I'll tell you about the hackers in a second, how I can tell they're there by that noise. But
in Joseph's tiny life and into his young memory, the sinews of faith, it certainly impelled him in some way, because in chapter 33, when they get to Shechem, he sets up an altar. And as he sets
look up the word Shechem.
His family
Shechem.
Apart from the surrounding culture, he distinguishes them.
Where his brothers were, Shechem.
It's almost as though the experience of 32 starts to move him on.
Why Shechem?
And then we have this dreadful experience in 34. The violation of the one daughter's purity. You think you could have 11 sons and one daughter, and the 11 sons wouldn't look out for the girl? There's not a chance.
Shechem means shoulder.
You don't think those 11 boys...
The government was on the
watched out
shoulder,
for Dinah
remember?
all the time, everywhere?
Where were his brothers? On the shoulder.
Even if 9 of them took the day off, there were still 2 left to look after her. Do you think they noticed? When Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, saw her? Do you think that they cared when he saw him with the deepest of passion?
Come on, come on, come
When
on.
he had his way with her?
Stop with your shit.
And what of this boy? 10 or 11 years old? Hardly cognizant of how the human reproductive system really works, and all of this hushed conversation and this mass aggravation on the part of his elder brothers, something to do with Dinah and what some fellow did to Dinah.
If you hear all the hissing in the background, I'm coming across a hissing on a digital connection. It's because they're flooding the background with data. You're hearing all that shit that sounds like white noise. It's not white noise. It's it's like standing in a stream of data. Like you'd be standing in the middle of the screen on the Matrix with ones and zeros or whatever those characters are, just slamming on you, you know, good fish, bad fish kind of thing. But about hackers, what he's talking about, it's like, it makes me want to grab my eyes out of my skull. I never knew that about his age. I didn't realize he was only 10 years old. See, I don't read the Bible and I don't study it the way other people do. But now that I can see what his age was, I can see a little bit more. How do you hold somebody accountable at that age? But is somebody accountable even at that age? Depends on who you're working for. If you're set on a pedestal as chosen, you got to be careful. You're representing God. And if you do things that our God would not appreciate, and even wherever it is that you think you live. I don't even have to watch the news. I already know what's going on. Everybody's backpedaling right now, wishing they hadn't have done. Why didn't I take the blue pill? Did you know that the womb, the mother's womb, is actually called a matrix in the Old Testament? When I saw that, I got all happy. I'm like, I knew it, I knew it. Yeah. Oh man. I just want to kick back on a beach somewhere. Oh. Am I hurting anything? Okay. And just be like, oh. And then somebody will come walking up and go, they'll leave you alone. They won't come and bother you unless they see you're suffering or something, you know. And he might walk by and go, you know, because he wants to get a tip. So you might be sleeping, and you're hearing, you know, seagulls, you know, and the shore, the waves coming in. Do you know those waves? Water, when the water comes in, speaking to you, and the waves come in like sentences. Each one says something to you, right? But you're there enjoying the day. And the guy just walks by hoping you're listening, and he says, whew, boy, sure would be good to have another glass of wine, wouldn't it? And you're like, hey, dude, can you get me another glass of wine? You mean like this one, senor? Yeah, you just threw wine everywhere. And actually, I did. I totally did. I just flung all the wine out of my glass all over the couch. I guess I should go get myself some wine then. I'm going to go take a break. I'll be back shortly, although my stature will not decrease. Pardon me for a moment, please. Hi. Oh, 2 people and 29 likes. That's my mom's numbers right there. Hi. Can you hold your breath that long? We're out of wine. What you do is you Oh man. I might have poured too much in. I'm sorry. Boy. You got to be careful, you know. That's a gimlet on steroids. Just saying. You want to talk about the Bible some more? How I can help you out? The wreck help anybody. He wouldn't. That's what I like about it. It's beautiful. I don't get the burden of people chasing me around, bothering me. Oh, help us, help us. It's like, read the book. Can't you do what it says? Try. Jesus said, recognize and that which is hidden from you will become plain to you. For there is nothing hidden that will not become manifest. How does the hidden manifest? What is manifestation? I used to love that name or that word. Manifest. Because it meant that somewhere there was a plane flying that I would be a package on. I would be part of the packages that would be delivered. I'd be on the manifest. Sometimes you don't want to be on that plane. Has our God saved your life ever? That you're aware of? I mean that. 307. 307. I lived a lot of places that were 307. I lived at 307 Vermont. I bought 307 Dundee. Well, as much of it as you can buy. Nobody owns anything. You own it, and then they tax you on it anyway. You don't own shit. You get the badge of honor saying you own it, and then you're paying rent and taxes. What the hell's the difference? Because you get to pridefully say that you own it. Why in the hell would I want to own anything anymore? I don't want to own this place. I can't wait to get rid of it. I hope that little girl that was running around homeless on Christmas gets in touch with me, and I'll make her day. I want to go, well, I don't know I might be putting a burden on her or something. But she'd be pretty creative. She might be able to manage and figure out how to run this place and actually make it fly. I can't do it because I'm not a man. I'm like a great light without a moon. So I'd rather give it to some person than just walk away from it and go, here, you take it. At least you can do something with it, right? Otherwise, all of that I've worked for and everything just goes back to the city or some cocksucker, fucking motherfucker, asshole, jumping in on a. How do you bid on somebody's thing? Do you realize how embarrassing it is? They put a sign in front of your house saying it's up for auction. It's like saying you suck. You want to know what God's saying? It's a sign saying help this person, so the fucking vultures don't come and eat the carcass. That's what it is. They just love it. Me, I got a 30-06, so as people pull up looking at the sign, I'm going to blow them full of holes in front of my house. I don't do guns. No, I'm more creative than that. See, if I want to bother you or warn you about my capabilities, I don't tell you what I'm going to do. I just put up a sign that says, danger. Anything after that, you were warned. You were warned. Hmm. Man, the things they teach us in the military are like insane. Well, I don't know what the hell they taught you guys. I'm not talking about boot camp where they teach how to do, take care of yourself physically and endure the idea of following orders. No, I'm talking about some like real training. Hmm. It's weird. It's weird for me because I've been through it, so it's like, and then I have to strip the pride out of the thing and go, does that make me better because I was able to endure, not crack? Or do I use it as a way, I mean, do I use the things that I've done that don't include you? You have no idea the kind of things that go on right in front of your face and behind your back, my friend, in this world, in the place that you call home, your faithful servants in your government taking care of you. Boy, shake that rug and the shit's going to fall out eventually, won't it? God bless America. No. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, oh my God, what is this we've done? And then it gets on my heart that I want to correct it. So yeah. You'll get to try and put me on the list of people like John F. Kennedy. This one doesn't go down. God has decreed it. I don't have to worry about death. I can speak freely. Just obviously I can't lie, and I have to be doing is uttering what's in Scripture. I'm just canning it up so that it can be accepted for what it is should be, our future, either way. And then we live in that. We appreciate it. We appreciate the gift we've given. We appreciate the blood that's been spilled in order to keep it where it is and in our presence. Yeah. I guess there's a couple different ways you can look at the blood of the saints. Either you're drinking it and you're drunk on it. And Jesus did say to drink the blood, don't forget. Careful. Careful. Or it's on you. Do you remember when it said, let his blood be on us and our children? You don't want that. Okay? I don't want anybody's blood on me. All right? I don't want it on my hands, especially. Do you know when Peter said, wash my head and my hands? Do you realize that was Dagon? Because what broke off? The head and the hands. To wash the head and the hands is to wash the other person. That's why he said that to Peter. You don't need to be washed, but there's somebody else whose head and hands I am going to wash. Judas. It's a double-edged sword that our Lord is working with. If you can't understand it, you're at war with each other. There's two kingdoms, brother against brother, hand against hand. Literally, handless. Because what we have done in the name of God is a freaking tragedy. It's driving me to drink. You think I'm having fun? I wish I was dead. Every morning I wake up. You hear a dog howling? That's a hound dog crying in the wilderness. He lives across the street over there. It's funny. I'm not in the country, but I get all the country stuff. I got chickens and roosters screaming and shit. Uh, damn. Anyway, Lord, if you can find him a new home somewhere from here, and I don't have to fill holes, twist my ankle, and all that, please, thank you. He'll do what he's going to do. I'm good with it. Hound dog lives across the street. I love that thing. You know what it reminds me of? Because it reminds me of that movie, Sweet Home Alabama. And I just hear these people going, "Shut up, George." I can't help but be affected by movies and a lot of the and music, all of it. Our entertainment industry is run by Israel. I hope you understand that. Pretty much. You can tell by the things that you see. Obviously, there's producers at the top that are going to say, you can do this, you can do that. And when they start like changing your script, you should realize what's going on there. You know, you'll see it in license plates on cars, building numbers, door numbers, like in the Matrix, whatever. All the numbers and everything, it's all built like a thing. You're feeling, here, you're feeling the Matrix. Thanks to our friends in Israel. You want to know one of the best ones to watch? Now, if you go back before they go, oh, maybe they'll figure it out. We got to cover it up. You go further back, you'll start seeing it in the cartoons and things. Like the Flintstones. Oh, a million miles, man. It's like the bomb. It's like this is what I imagine. Now I'm just imagining this. Humor me. I imagine myself getting off the plane in Israel and going to like, the first thing I got to do is like, okay, let's eat clean, man. But I want good food. All right. And they're going to go, yeah, I'm going to eat something I've never eaten before, to watch the Flintstones. Because they can teach you everything about God that you need to know. I will make your forehead as hard as flint stone. And the numbers and things. There's one scene in there where you can't help. I'm sorry, but you can't take this away. You are not gonna Mandela affect this shit from underneath me, guys. Because guess what? I got you now. I've got you now. there's one somehow, right? And the guy pawns off his kids. And I'm going to make something up because I can't remember exactly how it worked, but he had to make like 7 times 70 payments for these kids. And he just finished the last one. And they're monthly payments, by the way. Remember, each fruit, 90 something years old, but the dad's picking them up. And what does the dad say? He says the perfect Jewish thing. I hope you still love me, kids. It's beautiful. It's so freaking beautiful. The Flintstones. For me to watch a cartoon, something that I watched as a child and couldn't appreciate it. And yet I can see my history. It's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing to understand how Jesus thought. And all I'm telling you is I feel sorry for you. I cry for you all the time. I don't even want to think about it. It does no good. It just makes me sick. Because I can't help. For him to say you will do greater works than me, all I can do is tell you about what you're supposed to fucking do, idiot. And suffer because you won't listen to common sense. And a God has picked a piece of shit like me to give a message to you. Well, fine then. I guess you'll figure it out. I'll go with him. I'm struggling with his children. I just looked over there and I saw something. I saw this. Maybe it was that. I don't know. That's Grace Upon Grace. This book of Mice and Men. When was this written? Or when's the copyright on this one? I like old books. I've not read this book. In high school, I was supposed to. I read the Cliff Notes. 88. That would have been the first year out of the Marine Corps. 85 printings? Why does it say that? Are there only so many of these? What the hell does that mean? I'm sure they didn't only show them something. Tell them something they need to know right now. You ready? Pow. Here. We'll go here. Right at the top of the page. Can you see what it says? I can read it backwards if you want. Okay? This is what our God would say to you. Just flippantly out of a book. You ready? This is what he would say. He would say, suppose you didn't have nobody. It's right at the top of the page. Suppose you didn't have nobody. He wants me to abandon you. He's really pissed. And I can't do it. I can't. I can't. I don't care what you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've done. I am my brother's keeper, and I will. As best I can. Do you fear God? Do you fear the Lord? Do you know it says forgive as? And if you don't forgive, any unforgiveness that you harbor, you just jammed yourself out. You're done. I don't hold any grudges against anybody. I just see a good God and misguided children and people that need help. That's all. If I look at it any other way, I'd be angry. The way my life has been, I could be so angry. I deserve to judge this whole world. as far as I'm concerned, for the ruin that I've suffered for my entire life. I have rights to do that. One wife after another taken, one invention after another taken, one business after another taken, one everything it was that I could ever have for me so that I can enjoy my little piece of time stolen from me. And I never took revenge. And I won't. He will deliver what he will deliver. And I fear for you. Don't write me off. I fear for you. I can't wait to get out of here. I just don't want it to hurt. Maybe that's my blessing. Maybe I do get to go up in a vapor. They'll drop a bomb right here. Boom. I mean, I'm laughing about it, but hey, at least I'm not going to feel anything. I get to go wherever the next place is. And like, I'm certain that I'm not going to feel anything because I've seen pictures where there's a woman who is smiling as she's holding the hand of her husband. As the shock wave hit, somebody happened to take the picture and her husband is already vapor. His skin is boiling off of him and she's holding his hand, smiling at the very same time. And why? Because light doesn't lie. Light doesn't lie. The one downstairs is striking 12 now. It runs a little slower. The one downstairs is just a little bit slower than this one. And so they don't eclipse with each other. But that one just struck 10 and the one below just struck 12. Are you Jewish? Some of the things that came out were pretty funny. Like Batman. Bat means like girl in, you know, in Hebrew. Batman would be like, it's everywhere. 2 mules for Sister Sarah for a few dollars more. The teachings are all in front of us, guys. Maybe they don't want to admit it, but I see it. I can see what they've been trying to do. And I say it's a good thing. Even if subliminally you can teach people about our God, because he works in the subliminal. He works behind the scenes. He works like a thief. He's just in your spirit and in your soul. He's going to cause to come out of you whatever he needs to come out of you. The sad thing is the evil that comes out of you is something that you asked for. You wanted that. He didn't make you to be evil. It was something that you wanted. And he only gave it to you because you asked. Because he knows what you ask for is exactly what you need to teach you. So that he can know you. Anyway. What do you got going? 3 million years? Was ist los? Yeah. I got to get out of here. I need to get as far away from you and God as possible. Because y'all ain't getting it. Can we? Will we? Shall we? I don't know what you guys think, man. Can we do it? Oh. Wow, dude. Woo! All right. How's that? Wow. It's fucking noise, man. That's all. Life. But I can't do that until I can fix our world. And I need you to do it, sucker. I want to go back to playing my music. I want to play a song that nobody knows. I can't. Because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. The thing to warn you of is that he lives in you because he doesn't have a body and then he knew that you is was. And is was and then will be because of the wonderful things he does. Go look in the mirror, my friend. Can you believe that the God I serve created you? Yeah. Wait, what did I just say? My God. I'm going to be the person. I'm old, man. I'm going to have a heart attack someday, probably. I'm thinking. They sneak up. Every once in a while, you get that pain in your chest, right? Is that indigestion or something? And then it's like, it feels like, oh man, this is a really bad one. Is it an indigestion? Now you're starting to question it, right? You want to know what I do? I start smiling. I'm like going, oh, this ain't so bad. Oh shit. Do you realize that when people die of a heart attack, not everybody feels pain? That's all. Sorry. I just want a painless death. And so like when I found out that like a large portion of people that have heart attacks, they never feel nothing. Your heart just goes, yeah, fuck it. And then you eat shit and then you're done. Are you guys trying to comment? I'm sorry if you can't. Here, let me unpin this and I'll try and shake up reality here and we'll see if anything happens. I don't know, man. These guys have jacked my situation up over here. Here, we'll try that. There you go. Bing. Now we'll see what we get. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. I do. I'm sorry I get emotional. I can't help it. I care. I freaking care. Can you believe that? That's what our world needs, man. People that give a shit. Exactly. Exactly, Father. If a person doesn't care, they're not going to do a good job. It's just like a wah, 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 wah. I don't know. I get off on making people smile, man. And I just want to do it in whatever zone it takes for you to do that, right? Are you a nasty little chick of age? I can make you smile. Are you a corporate executive that wants to build a gigantic company? I can make you smile. Are you a police officer that's burdened with, I don't know, being accused and peppered and miserable because you're trying to do your job? I can make you smile. And the person that you're trying to help smile. Smiles everywhere. That's how I work. How do I do it? I use this. I use this thing. It's incredible when you can understand it. It's bad. Here, let me tune you in. You ready? Right there. Oh, oh! I just got a battery-powered light. Just then, like immediately at that second. Why? Because we're almost out of power. Tune in. Same bat time. Same bat channel. Scriptures just fell off the couch in my face, so let's read something out of here. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, up there, and then we'll read right. I don't know. You decide. How about there? Right there? Okay. That says, it is to those who are of worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. That was for me. It is to those who are worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Are you guys on my left hand or my right hand? I should really read some of this stuff instead of just picking it up every once in a while. I print out a lot of shit. I save this. I look at that. I'm bored of it. I'm tired of it. I see a war going on that's raging in front of our faces. And it's like when I open the book and it says, why do the nations rage? And I'm going, ah. I can tell you why. You're just not going to like it. Oh man, I need a good massage. I need a bath. I can't understand why I don't smell. It doesn't make any sense to me. You can ask other people around me. They will tell you, you have a strange odor about you. Actually, this is interesting. I have a hole in my side. See this scar right here? Right here? That thing? Right there. There's a scar that I got during my second marriage, and it showed up on out. And then, so my wedding day was spent with this big giant thing trying to blow its way out of my side, and it did on the first day of the year because I got married on New Year's Eve. And on the first day of the year, it was nasty. They said they didn't know what it was, but it was like there was a hole in my side that was like this deep. And then they had to pack it full of gauze so it would heal from the inside out. And now if you touch where that scar is, like right now, if I grab it and just give it a good rub, It smells like flowers. It smells like flowers. It smells like baby's breath flowers. That's my favorite smell. I don't know. I smell baby's breath where a scar is. I don't know how to tell you that or what to say about that. Stick your fingers and try me out. Tell me if you smell anything. I don't expect you to, and I don't care if you do. I need to just suck it up that, like this says, it is to those who are worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. See, it's funny because just because he tells somebody the mysteries doesn't mean you'll understand it. That you're sitting on the edge of hearing but not hearing, seeing but not seeing. You have to read this like this, with this, I'm trying to hide it from you, but I'm going to show it to you kind of thing. And if you can't see it with those eyes, if you have any kind of pride whatsoever, you can't look at every single person and realize that they're not a sinner, they need love. You ain't never going to understand this book, and it will be your ruin, I promise you. I promise you. They saw a Samaritan. Oh, this is good. They saw a Samaritan carrying a lamb on his way to where? Judea. Why is that important? What is Judea? Judea would be like Judah. Would be like Judah and Judah all at once. And you're like, Judah and Judah? Judah has two lions. There's a good lion, there's a bad lion. The staff is in the middle of the path. But there's a lion on either side if you stray. But that's how Judah can judge. So, they saw a Samaritan carrying a lamb on the way to Judah. What's a lamb? Anybody that's obedient. Anybody that's obedient. If you're obedient to God, then you take away the sin of the world. When we were put here, born into sin, you don't have to dabble in that. You're obedient like a lamb. You don't sin the sins of the world. Okay? That's Lamb of God versus regular lamb, I guess, right? He said to his disciples, that man is round about the lamb. Everything about the lamb. To say, and that's how I feel about it. The lamb lives in you. The Son of Man, the lamb, that lives in you. Do you sacrifice that for God, your only son? Use it to wage war. Does that child go off and hang with the devil to wage war against all the other with the other children? And it isn't, that's it, to wage war with the other children. How do you read it? Does it mean to wage war against the children of Israel, or does it mean to use those children that he can grab that don't ascend? The other half, the other ones, are grabbed by him and he uses them. They said to him, so that he may kill and eat it. Ooh, hold on now. He said to them, while it is alive, he will not eat it. That's me talking to you right now. You don't give a shit about what I'm saying while it's killed, when I'm dead, and it has become a corpse. In other words, you'll understand what I am saying eventually. I know that the truth will come out. I know that the truth will persevere. I know that the things of God will always be revealed. It's been revealed to me. I'm sorry you can't see it. Doesn't matter. It will be. I know these things. K-N-O-W. Remember, know. Know. To know things means to work, to do. To know means fruit. A man knows a woman, she's making more. R7 before you good. Because you end up making it for him. Remember, he calls people to go, to do good. And it's oddly, it seems that nobody's found. But when he calls for evil to go, it's a horde of people just can't wait to get their chance. See 1 Kings 22. They said to him, he cannot do so otherwise. Uh-oh. I don't like, let's go back through the whole thing now and see if Jesus is going to set him up for a sucker punch. You ready? A Samaritan carrying wants. He said to his disciples, that man is round about what is like encompassing the lamb, like the woman encompasses the man, but the lamb encompasses the seed. The lamb is the weaker part that has to obey or it's trouble. They said to him, so that he may kill is alive, he will not kill it, but only when he has killed it and it has become a corpse. So in other words, while it is alive, only when he has killed it. So he's saying when after you saying judgment is going to come here. You ready? Then they said to him, he cannot do so otherwise. He said to them, you too look for yourself and be eaten. He's going to eat a lamb. Jesus is warning them of becoming a lamb that can be eaten. For yourself within repose. In other words, what it is that you do. Your response. He's talking about works right here. Two will rest on a bed and one will die and the other will live. Salome said, who are you, man, that you have come up on my couch and have eaten from my table? Jesus said to her, I am he who exists from the undivided. I am the rabbit. I chew the cud, but I don't divide the path. I was given some things of my Father. Understand that I am your disciple. Understand, therefore, I say, if he is destroyed, he will be filled with light. But if he is divided, he will be filled with darkness. Cake all day long. And you can't see it, can you? Why me? Why me? Is there any way to like zap me out of here, Lord? I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. And this is really going to get wild. Because I have what you want, or what you've been looking for. And you're not, I'm sorry, but the venue isn't to your liking. Talk about irreverence justified. Hi! Yeah, that's me. justified. To the last. Oh, that's why it doesn't taste like wine. Did you know that Everclear has a lot of legs? That's bad, man. Woo. Mamma mia. Look at it go. It doesn't even want even to bind to make a complete swirl around the glass. It's trying to bust off of there just like that. And then it just goes like, it looks like the Matrix going down the side of the glass. Yeah, if you ever want to see the Matrix in Everclear, you got to mix some water though. You need something to create a barrier for it to break free from. Remember, contrast is good. Darkness and light, they go together. You have to have both so that you can see either or. The trick is to not see them as something that need to be fought against, but something of beauty that allows you to appreciate the contrast, the glory of God, instead of fighting over it. He does all things. All things. 4 hours exactly. And 40 minutes, seconds, whatever. 4. The snow was pretty thick this morning. I went out and was snow blowing snow at, I don't know, 5:45 maybe, I think it was. Let's see. Maybe something told me to check this.
Across the world through the faithfulness of his people. Don't forget to ask for your copy of What God Promises You, our resource this month, when you send your gift today, and we'll send the book to you right away. Thanks for listening. Our message.
Turning Point. David Jeremiah. You know how much money I spent on his ministry? I could take you in my library and show you classes at the church and down the street there, you know, and all that stuff. Elijah, someone like you. What was the one for Job? Job. I can't remember. I can see the cover. It's kind of orange. I'm not going to say what I think it might be. I will say what I know it is. If I know it is, I'll say it. I'm not sure. Job. What was the book of Job? Elijah was someone like you. And then the book of Job, because I gave both classes on both those there. Man, we were off to such a running start in that church. You know that? We really, really were. We had a great pastor, and then he messed up, and then everything went downhill from there. We had like revival. Like a lot of people don't realize that. Do you realize that the church here that I claim is the church that is my church that I helped build, walking in the walls that holds that place up, I paid for that with God's money, but I paid for that. And seriously, our power, crazy, huh? Well, I got 4 hours in. I'm thinking that like you guys probably can't get to me because you're jammed out from whatever. So we'll give up, but I love you guys. I love you guys, and we'll catch up with you sooner than they think. Shalom, shalom.